Okay, in the following example, we are going to look at a one-sided limit algebraically. So I'm going to stop and tell you right now that I don't actually see any issue with plugging in 2 in the denominator. It doesn't give us 0. So you could probably get away with just plugging 2 in right from the beginning. But let's manipulate this algebraically a bit and try to see if we can't simplify the process here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to approach this by using factoring. Okay, so I'm going to factor out some common factors. In the first fraction, the first rational expression, I don't see anything I can factor, but in the second one I sure do see something I can factor out. I see that I can factor out 3 from the top, from the numerator, and I'm going to have x plus 2, okay? And then in the denominator, I know I can factor out an x and leaving me with x times x plus 2. It looks something like that. The greatest common factor is what I factored out here. Well, the next thing that I notice is that I can factor out the x plus 2. That eliminates through division. And I can factor out also an x, and that also eliminates through division. So it leaves me with something really that's a lot nicer to plug my 2 into. So here is 2 from the right, and I end up with 3 over x plus 2. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. All right, the limit as x approaches 2 from the right of 3 over x plus 2. So now you want to come towards 2, the number 2 from the right. So what might you plug in? All right, so let's think about that. You might plug in something like 2.1. Okay, well, what does that look like? 3 over 4.1. So what do we look like? What do we see, rather? We see something that's close to about 3/4. Okay, and if you were to look at it, and I know it's not asking this, but I'm just tossing this in there for extra practice. What if we would have something like this? Okay, we're approaching it from the left. Well, we might plug in something like 1.9. Okay, but that's still something like 3 over 3.9, which is still approximately 3/4. So the limit in general would exist, it's 3/4, but when we're just talking about the one-sided limit, the right-hand side limit, we get 3/4. So that's actually the answer for this problem. But really how you could approach these problems in general is picking numbers, you know, slightly to the right or slightly to the left, depending on the direction that you're interested in. So, as always, if this video was helpful, be sure to like and subscribe.